How's it going, everybody? My cup of tea here, back from the reaction video, and today we have a new video from Degenerocity. Yay, yay. I saw this just pop up on my YouTube feed. I'm like, oh shoot. I'm curious what he has to say because the video I'm gonna be watching is called The Hell of Homework. I feel like we can all relate to this video because we all had to do some homework at one point, I feel, and sometimes it was just way too much. But yeah, let's start this. I need to hear this.
Horace Mann, father,
Okay.
slave abolitionist,
Word?
but most importantly, education reformer. Mann spent a majority of his career changing the scope of American public school education to an overall better environment. You see, back then, teachers were slightly more dumb than they are now. Anybody could have been a teacher back then, even you. So Horace changed it to teachers have to be trained professionals for him to teach. Also, he wanted more girl teachers, no more teachers with sausages. He opted for a more diverse school environment. He wanted to equalize the learning experience for all kids so they can learn the same no matter the background. The man did a whole heap of advancements to the American education system that we still use to this very day. There's like 1,000 schools that are named after him, bro.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Difference. The man basically made everything we know about modern American education we do today, including enforcing the worst
he did it too?
thing to
I was
ever
gonna give him,
exist.
that's why I didn't applaud him. Jesus Christ. Alright, he's angry.
This man did everything right for the education system. But with this one thing, he made everything wrong. I know you were a slave abolitionist advocating to end slavery and all, but bringing homework over to the U.S. might even be worse than slavery. You know how Oppenheimer made the first apology video after creating those nukes that were dropped on Japan? Yeah. Well, imagine being this Frankenstein-looking dude, ruining the childhoods of everybody in America. Homework is the worst thing to ever happen.
He did.
And I'm gonna try to explain every single minute detail on why not only it sucks, but it's useless. But for me to explain that, let's figure out why homework was created in the first place. Through a simple Google search, it says Robert Novellius, an Italian teacher, invented the whole concept of homework, and he assigned it to punish students who didn't demonstrate a good understanding of the lesson that was taught in class, or just lazy and disobedient students. He would punish them with homework. And yes, I might agree that homework was a worse punishment than being beat with a ruler, and I could just blame all my school misery on this guy. But when researching it, it also says he did this in 1905 or 1095. Now, I might not be a genius, but the math isn't mathin' here. How he do this in 1905 or 1095? That's like 6 billion years apart. Is he a vampire?
Sure, exactly.
Is he
6 billion
related to
years.
Nicolas Cage? We'll never know. Because apparently, there's no real evidence this Roberto Noodle guy even existed. So Google is giving me some false information. Now I gotta switch over to Bing now. The real reason on why homework was created dates back to ancient Rome in the 1st century AD. That's a few years after the Big Bang. The term homework can be traced back to this time, said by Pliny or Pliny the Younger, an oratory teacher. That's a teacher that teaches you how to talk to strangers. He believed the repetition and practice of speech would help students get better at their speaking skills. So he would often tell students to practice speaking at home, essentially homework. So homework was created for students to practice the subject. I mean, that was probably a no-duh for most people watching. But the way this Pliny guy used it, it isn't really homework. You know, sometimes teachers will tell you your homework is to study for the test the next day. And when they say that, in my head, they basically told me, I don't got homework. I'm not gonna study when I get home. I'm gonna be too busy playing Hello Kitty Adventure. Then I'm gonna study last minute on the bus ride to school.
Of course, you gotta always
studying a bit in homeroom before their class, and I'll still get away with a B-. You know? Hey, I'm happy with that. PP, the teacher's homework, wasn't really homework. It was a suggestion, like how dentists suggest that you brush your teeth twice a day. Don't tell me what to do. I brush my teeth once a week, tops. But obviously, homework has devolved since the time of Phineas and Ferb. Instead of studying, we have multiple choice sheets, written assignments, projects, reading whole textbook chapters of homework.
I hated that. Reading textbook pages, I hated it. I didn't want to do it. In projects too, sometimes I didn't want to do it. Boo. Boo, I say boo.
Assignments, projects, reading whole textbook chapters of
what that project say?
Assignments, projects.
Why do my fart smell like? Okay.
Reading whole textbook chapters of homework. Isn't that what class is for? You assigning me textbook chapters to read as homework is basically telling me to go and teach myself. What am I here for? What are we doing here then? I might as well be at home playing with my Hello Kitty. I remember I had this one teacher that would basically assign essays to type every class as homework.
You had the horrible
with a minimum
teacher,
word count of like 300.
Ew.
Don't take honors history. Worst mistake of my life. Homework now is just an overload of mandatory tasks that when combined with every other class that assigns it, you're looking at a whole behemoth booty load of exhaustion you have to do every night. And all this new age of homework is still looked at as practice of what you're already learning. But in this day and age, how is homework practice? Practice for what exactly? How fast can I Google the answer to this question? How fast can PhotoMath scan this math equation and give me the answer?
Because you won't have calculus in the real world.
Quizlet that has every single answer to every single question on any English or science assignment in order? This is no longer practicing or studying these subjects. We just copying and pasting. Especially nowadays with stuff like ChatGPT and all its alternatives, where we can get whole essays about feet typed to us in a second for free. Homework in general is just obsolete, or at least its intended purpose of making us study and practice is. Homework is just needless work. Stop assigning it. I bet you teachers will like that too. It gives you less work to go through and grade. I know some of you teachers complain about the amount of work you do. Then y'all just give out more homework, essentially giving us more work for me and you. Do you like to suffer? Is that what you like? Suffering? Speaking of eternal damnation, let me talk about how even people back then agreed with what I'm saying. In the early 1900s, big-time publications like the New York Times and Ladies' Home Journal published articles on how homework can affect the health and mental state of a child negatively. The articles basically showed, you see that kid right there? That's your child on homework. These articles caused an outrage against the schools in the West, and California being California, it did something insane. But for the first and only time, a good kind of crazy. In 1901, California banned homework for kids under 15. You thought it could never be done, but faith has been restored. Skip some years, and in 1923, the American Child Health Association formed, and they also thought homework was bad for the brain. And in the 1930s, they even went as far as to deem homework as child labor. You see, during this time, America just had the Industrial Revolution, and the children yearned for the mind. So kids as young as 5 were playing Minecraft in real life, and by the 1930s, a bunch of laws had sadly been signed against child labor. But recently for it. And since these laws were being passed, the ACHA thought it was a great opportunity to finally get rid of homework once and for all.
Was that Mercy?
Obviously that didn't work out. And about that California bill, that also didn't last long. That only lasted like 10 years. Like everything in California, the fun only lasts a second. Then you're homeless. There's more to this American homework story, but we all know the ending because we're living in it. ACHA were the only group of people that understood that we were being worked to the bone over this work. How not only it was hurting us, but it was destroying our minds. Yet our government failed the people's needs once again. The hours and nights of work I had to do just so my grade could go up 0.02% and for some reason go down 50% if I didn't do an assignment.
Oh, that's
the
so
amount
lame.
of stress that brings a student, it's deadly. I've already described why homework is useless, terrible, and gave my firstborn cancer. It's a punishment that would be beyond my comprehension if it didn't exist. I hate homework so much. I want it abolished, almost as much as I want stealing from Walmart to be legal. And in my world it is, but that's not right now. But what's the replacement of homework if it were to get banned? What will take its place? I'ma tell you. Actual studying. Homework would be you studying all the notes and what you went over in class. So the practice part of homework would actually work. And I know some people are thinking, nah, you a liar, man. You just said whenever studying was your homework, you're gonna go and play Hello Kitty Adventure. You can't fool me. Yeah, and the reason for that is because every other night I'm doing back-breaking homework. The only reason I play video games that day is because it's essentially my day off. That's why. If I was assigned to study every day as homework for every class, I would probably still play video games, not gonna lie. But it would motivate me more to study. Maybe after clocking in 5 hours on Nintendogs, I'ma feel a little slumped. Then I'ma remember, oh yeah, I got school tomorrow.
I would not do that
for like 5 minutes, you know?
Better
than nothing. You know what's really better? Copying and pasting an hour worth of homework, learning nothing, or that 5 minutes every day where I learn and practice 5 minutes of stuff and actually remember. I think we both know the answer. It's a better system, man. I'm telling you.
Here's my thing before you continue. My thing is, if the homework is like a small, like you can like get it done like in 5 and 10 minutes, I'm okay with that, because for me, it helps me learn better for that type of homework, especially if it's also graded too and it's easy to do. I'm fine with that. So like math, for example, doing problems repeatedly helps you like understand, well, for me, it helps me understand, like, I guess you could say topic or the subject around that time. So that's why I'm not totally against homework. Now, if it's like some crazy, like, hey, here's like this 10-page packet, fill this out by tomorrow, I'm like, you lost your mind. This is stupid. Or this is one of the things I hated, where it's like, I think it was history class. They'd be like, all right, your homework is to write down the definitions for the words that appear in like the 30 pages of this textbook. I'm like, why? Why is this homework? This is stupid. If it's like a small task thing to do and it's like somewhat easy, I'm okay with that. If it's anything above that, like something complicated or just a long page or packet to do for homework, I'm against it. I don't like it. It's boo.
It's a win-win on both sides. The teacher and student get less work while class grade averages go up. Also, to any student that would still fail their classes with this system, nah, you just dumb, bro. Sorry. Wow. You still failing when there's no homework, bro. You're the one with the doodoo for brains. Just transfer,
sometimes
bro.
Homework can help you with your grades too.
And that is my reasoning why homework is hell on earth and my solution to that problem. Thank you. And to any kids watching this right now, show this video to your teacher and tell them to watch it, because I just gave them the most convincing reason on why homework is terrible. I'm about to change their brains. I made sure not to cuss or say anything dirty in this video so you won't get in trouble. And if they watch this and still give you homework, jump them! I'm just kidding. Okay. Just put a grenade in their desk when they're not looking. Yeah, homework
cut
is
the video
geeky.
at that point. Don't show them all this.
To say. And in conclusion, Mario, Luigi, and a Donkey Kong 2. 1,000 Koopa Troopas gonna keep me from you, Princess Peach.
Okay. That whatever happened there, that happened. Okay. Interesting. Well, we know his opinion on homework. Yeah, but like I said, we all probably experienced the pain of having to do homework. I felt like it got way worse in high school, because in high school, depending on like where you grew up, either you have 4 classes or 6 classes or maybe even more a day, which means you would have either 4 or 6 times the amount of homework depending on the courses you would be taking. And that's just pain. That's just true pain right there. Like, my least favorite subject was English, because I hated writing. I just hate writing long essays. I do not want to do it. I hated it. Math, I like math. It's simple for me. Write down problems, boom. No need to write down 300 words or 500 words. It's just come up with the answer, put it there, boom. Sometimes. Yeah, I know. For the people that are in school right now, again, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to suck it up with this homework, because they won't stop giving it to you. Hopefully it's gotten easier or lighter loads of homework in the years that I've been out of school. But if not, hey, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. Maybe show them this video, the hell of homework, not my video. The original video. Show them the original video, and maybe it might change their minds. It won't, but maybe. But that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed my reaction. This was fun to watch. I went down a little memory lane trip right here, but yeah. Thank you for watching. My cup of tea is out of here. See you later. Now, I can definitely see Little D really hated homework back then. He really loathed it with a burning passion of 1,000 sun times 10. Cause he was yelling. He got so vocal with this one.